Hello everybody. Today I want to talk a little bit about beginning PODD. When you bring home your book and you start it with your student, you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but that's okay. You'll get there. First, you need to make sure that you set manageable goals for yourself and for your student. We're going to model. At first, we're not even expecting anything from our students. We want to show them how to use it. Just like a baby, Mom and Dad talk about everything around. We're using the PODD book to talk about everything around us, everything they're doing, just so they can get used to what is this thing around here and what we're doing with it. We're using it so that they can use this themselves. We want to start with the first 2 pages. Those are all the quick words. The first 2 pages have lots of things that we can use. We don't only need to use the word on the button because there's many different books. Some books just say done, finished. Other books you can say I am done, and you can go through the great gradual sentence structure. For now, we want you to stick with just the first 2 pages as you're starting out so that you can get used to using the book and your student can understand that you're talking to them through this book. If you're going to turn the page, make sure that you push turn the page. When you're going back to page 1, make sure that you push go back to page 1 so that your student is also understanding the links through the pages. As you get more comfortable with the book, you add more conversation, and then you'll learn more and more parts of the book through that conversation. Through using the book, you're going to develop fluency. You're going to establish a habit. You're going to first establish the habit of carrying the book with you. You have your voice with you all the time. A signer has their hands with them all the time. This book is going to be your student's voice. You need to have it around them all the time. Not something that, oh, I need to go across the room and grab before you can talk. This is their voice. Remember, students will learn to use their system through the way that their parents, their partners, their teachers, through anybody modeled it for them. So if they're learning it wrong, if they're not pushing the buttons and going through the tracks, then they're going to use it wrong. If they're learning it correct, then they will use it correct. Always remember, always begin on page 1 and then go back to page 1. Always follow the numbered links. When you're further into the book than just page 1, you're going to go through and you're going to see that there are numbers on some of the top right-hand corners. Those are the pages you're going to go to when you push that button. For instance, turn the page, go to category is 7. We're not going to say 7, we're just going to say go to category. Then you will find all the links here for the categories. If you want to do action, you'll push action, and on my book, it's page 10. You'll go to that page. This is a link through the book. Now you'll notice that many of your pages have on the back of their sheets something that's called a list. So for instance, in food and drink, there is a go to list button. And then you'll see above, there's all sorts of foods, but they're empty. You get to add things in here that your student loves, that your student hates, that you try, things that you guys are able to talk about so that you can learn these vocabulary words. My book is very messy, and I'm sure you'll see it in some of my videos, but you just add these things as you're going on the fly. If you need a word, add it in. Don't feel like I can't find it in there right now. If you can't find it, add it so that you remember where it is, you know where it's going to go, it's useful to you. We know students with autism have difficulty with everyday life. They have a preference for visual stimuli. Well, the PODD book is awesome in that it uses visuals. That's what it is. We know that students with autism have a preference for structured and sameness. And in the PODD book, they are always the same, in the same place, in their book. So it's not like things are going to move around. Where some AAC devices that are higher tech, as you're being able to expand the vocabulary, you might have to move things around a little bit. Here, we don't have to do that. Students with autism have a difficulty with motor planning, being able to move their mouth, their lips, their jaw, those things in a certain order sometimes. The PODD book requires easier motor planning. This might have more motor planning with pointing and use of their arm instead of use of their mouth and movement of speech. Keep checking back with me. I'm going to be adding some more videos. You'll see a couple different short clips of things that I've added, and I hope that it helps you. If you have any questions, please feel free to email josborne@sanilacisd.org. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks, everyone.